Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chemical Reactions. I'm Chuck.
And I'm Juliet. And before we begin today, we wanted to, as usual, give a huge shout out to our Chem Squad, which has grown exponentially since the last time we were sitting here recording a video for you guys. I think it was 6 days ago exactly that we were sitting here and we said that we had 76 subscribers at the time that we were filming that video.
And we were thrilled, by the way. We were thrilled.
So excited. That's way more than we were ever expecting. And now, today, we're sitting here filming another video for you guys, and we have 2,645 Chem Squad members, which is absolutely insane. That is so beyond the scope of what we were expecting, and we are so grateful to have so many amazing supporters, and we're just overwhelmed by all the genuine comments that we've been receiving. We've also been getting a lot of suggestions for future reaction videos, which we are very excited to get to in the coming weeks. But today we have something planned for you guys that we've been hoping to react to for a while.
Yeah, so this is Gojira today, which is a French progressive metal band. And the song we're reacting to is called L'ENFANT SAUVAGE, which means the wild child.
Or the savage child.
Or the savage child. And apparently it's based on a movie, a French movie, that had the same name. So, super excited to see what Gojira is going to bring. And, by the way, if you're watching this on the day we post it, which is Friday, May 31st, it's also the day when the new Godzilla movie is going to be coming out. And if you didn't know, so Gojira is actually the Japanese pronunciation of Godzilla. And the band Gojira was actually named Godzilla for like the first 6 years of their, and then they changed to Gojira, and then suddenly they became famous.
I think Gojira sounds cooler than Godzilla.
It does. Yeah. So obviously we're not being sponsored by Godzilla, but we figured, since if you've seen a few of our videos recently, we've started to do Metal Tomatoes, which are essentially ratings from 0 to 100. Of what we think about the song. It's a complete ripoff of Rotten Tomatoes. But, so since we have Metal Tomatoes, since they're Rotten Tomatoes, we figured we would do Godzilla versus Gojira. And unfortunately, as we sit here today, the Rotten Tomatoes for Godzilla are actually sitting at 45%. So it doesn't look like it's maybe that great of a movie, so it kind of sets a low bar for Gojira.
Now I'm wondering what the rating for L'ENFANT SAUVAGE was, the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. Stick with us. We'll look it up at the end. Once we're done with this, we'll see what it was.
We'll rate them. We'll rate the Godzilla movie, we'll rate L'ENFANT SAUVAGE the song, and then we'll rate L'ENFANT SAUVAGE the movie.
Yeah, all right.
A little comparison.
So let's go in. While you're here, click the subscribe button to be able to join our Chem Squad, our ever-growing Chem Squad. Hit the like button if you like this video. If you have any feedback for us, anything constructive, put it down there. It really helps.
All right, let's get into it. I'm excited. I want to see this.
Let's do it.
I want to see what Gojira is all about.
All right. Love the drum right up to that.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. just a quick pause. I really like this so far. I love the way the video is set up. Like,
yeah, it's stop motion, which is so
Yeah.
freaking cool because it's like really, you know, like rapid, quick movements, kind of reminiscent of like animals in the wild almost, how quickly they move, how easily they're shocked
That's
and moved
true.
around and stuff like that. I also think it's interesting that it's in black and white, which is
Yeah.
something that you wouldn't normally associate with the outdoors. Usually when you think of the wilderness, you'd assume like, oh, like bright colors and all that. And that's not something that we're really seeing here, which maybe fits in with the whole theme that I'm seeing so far of like problems in the world and stuff like that, kind of reading the lyrics as we're going along.
Yeah, the music is kick-ass. Like, this is
I
really good.
really, really like the instrumental.
Like the drums, the guitar, the vocals, all crazy. The lyrics are great. I love how like the lines are not all the same, right? Not all the same number of syllables. So God, I've been trying to match. It doesn't work. I'm trying. I don't know. The aberration of this world I try to deal with. I've killed a part of me that was aching. The pain is gone, but then I'll run away from institution. So longer lines followed by shorter lines.
Yeah.
It really gives it such a cold feel.
Yeah, there's a different rhythm to it. It puts more emphasis on certain lines when they do that. That's a technique that's used in writing very often to vary the length of sentences in order to emphasize certain pieces of the writing that are particularly important. So I think it's kind of cool that they're maybe using some similar techniques here.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it going. This is great so far. Not sure that's a wolf.
No, that's kind of funny though, like wolf and then you see a dog. Oh, and you kind of get that opening riff coming back kind of softer, which I really like. I really, really like that guitar. That's guitar, right? But I can see how it's more progressive too.
Yeah.
Definitely very interesting. It's different than a lot of the metal that we've listened to, like the classic metal piece that you've showed me so far, which was Master of Puppets. If you haven't seen that video yet, go check it out. It's part of our new School of Metal series. But very, very different vibes. And I like it. I think one thing that I noticed throughout the song is that there was this interlude piece between the first like longer section of lyrics that kind of went on for a while, and then towards the end they were more dispersed throughout, and then there was this period of musical interlude which sounded a bit more eclectic to me. It fit together and it worked very well and it sounded nice. It definitely wasn't like discordant or anything like that, but there was a lot going on, and I found it interesting that they chose to put that in the middle of the song, especially since it didn't seem to be any kind of continuation of, I guess, what was going on before.
Yeah. I mean, to me, like, first of all, the video was great. It was just great. The way it was filmed, obviously the stop motion.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there's a bunch of like just obviously just having watched it once. I'm sure I'm missing a ton of things, but like, you know, everything that's happening with, I'm assuming that the woman that we see throughout represents that wild child, right? So everything that's happening from her journey to, like, when we say the wolf, she's down on the ground, getting kind of reclaimed or you know, claimed by the branches. I'm wondering, and then she goes on all four, and then finally steps up and start walking. I was wondering if maybe that was kind of the showing what we all go through as we grow from like within the womb to on all four, right, as babies, as toddlers, and then finally walking. It's almost like the progression of the child.
Yeah.
And then all this discussion of like the wild child, and then like the wolf, the animal, right? It's kind of it almost feels like they're talking about the fact that we all have, well, I guess us adults especially all have kind of that child somewhere, but we also have that wild part, right? That animal part that we all have, inside of us. And
definitely.
The other thing that was cool with the video, before I get to the music, the other thing that was cool with the video, the role that the band members actually played, right?
Limited.
Kind of, very limited, very subdued.
Kind of outsider almost.
But also very powerful, right? I noticed, it started, we saw each of them one at a time.
These
right?
close-up shots.
Yeah, and then we saw them all four, and then I think we saw them all four with their eyes closed. And then we came back to kind of a pan shot of seeing all four of them. Then the first one opened his eyes first. Then they all had their eyes open. And then last shot of all four with all their eyes open, no one's blinking. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sure there's a deep significance to that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, so we really didn't delve into the lyrics all that much, right? But I've killed a part of me that was aching. The pain is gone, but denial run away from institutions. I owe myself life. There is no way I will respond. Expression, anger flowing through me. I mean, clearly it's all about, dealing with issues, with demons, maybe getting institutionalized. So, I don't know, maybe it's closing your eyes to the pain of others and then finally opening, realizing what's going on in the world. That's so powerful.
I was kind of thinking of it a little differently. I think, from what we've learned about Gojira and our background information is that they're very much like an activist group. They care a lot about environmental issues. And I think when you're a child, you have this very innocent connection with the outside world. It almost seems magical in a way. And we see a lot of things. And as we get older, we're also, in a way, being corrupted by the outside world, but also corrupting it. Our actions are increasingly harming the planet as we get older and we become, like, I guess, bigger parts of society as a whole. And how, one of the lines says, you've betrayed your child with desire. So we've kind of betrayed our inner child, our past, our innocence, by having this desire that we're fueling with material possessions that are harming our planet in the end, which, that's kind of the way that I saw it and the way I started thinking of it.
It's not the kind of lyrics that you know exactly what it's about, right? It's like, destroy everything. It's about destroying everything. Obviously, they're French. It kind of reminds me a bit of, I'm going to talk about philosophy, but Rousseau, the French philosopher, has that theory around kind of child development. And, we're...
Right! Yeah, he does.
Yeah. All right, we're done talking about philosophy. I promise. So let's talk about the music real quick. I love the time signature. I love the drumming. That drummer is crazy good.
Very powerful.
The guitars, the bass sound so great.
I think oftentimes, at least in the music that I've experienced, the drum gets overpowered and you don't think about it as much. But in this song, the drum was very consistent, powerful throughout. The words that he was saying were so charged with emotion, and I think that really sets this song aside from a lot of other songs that I've listened to in my life, because you can tell that the person who is singing these words has a very deep personal connection with them and truly cares about what they're saying.
And this was good. So let's do Metal Tomatoes. And again, we wanted to see if our Metal Tomatoes rating for this Gojira song, L'Enfant Sauvage, would beat the Godzilla Rotten Tomatoes rating, which sits right now at 45. I think that's a given. That's a given, at least for me. So you want to go first?
I would give this an 86.
I think for me, this goes into the 90s. This was really good. I don't know if it fully beats out the Devin Townsend Kingdom song that I gave 95 to. I think I would probably give this one a 94. It's still very relevant, still very powerful. I know this is a song I'm going to put on my playlist, I'll listen to, and I don't see myself getting bored of it. It's that good.
I think the reason maybe I didn't score it as high as you did is, although I very, very much enjoyed it, I think those kinds of vocals aren't really my style and what I typically tend to enjoy. So I'm not as inclined to love this song as maybe you are. You're probably more used to this style than I am. But I still very, very much enjoyed it because of the instrumentals, the passion behind the lyrics, you know, just the power that the vocalist put into them. That's still something that I can recognize despite the fact that it's not necessarily my style of music, which is why I did truly enjoy it. So do we want to look into the rating for L'Enfant Sauvage, the movie?
That's right. Hold on a second. We'll be right back. All right, so we just found it. So L'Enfant Sauvage, the movie, the French movie, actually had 100%
on Rotten
perfect
Tomatoes,
score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Which is insane.
We're going to leave it here for today. So as Juliet said, we got a ton of requests, but keep them coming. And rest assured, if you had some requests,
we've got a running list. The ones that, there's a lot that have come up very frequently. We have the band Ginger. We've heard a lot of requests for Sabaton. So we will be getting to those as quickly.
Next week. They're coming next week.
They're coming next week. And any other requests you may have, please do keep them coming. We love to see what you guys want us to react to. And don't worry, they're going into our list, and hopefully we can get to everything someday. Don't know how long it'll take, but maybe we'll still be here. I'll be 99.
Yeah,
sitting here reacting to music.
All right, so don't forget to like, subscribe, join the Chem Squad. Help us grow, and so many things you can comment down there. What you liked us to see react to. Any other songs by Gojira? What you think about this song? What you think about this reaction? What's your Metal Tomatoes rating for this very song? We look forward to seeing you again on our next stop in this journey.
Thank you so much, guys. Peace out.
Metal!